Hey guys, this is Mauisnake, and today I'm going to be bringing you a little bit of a communication guide for competitive Counter-Strike. What you should be calling, how you should be calling it a little bit, and how to become a more effective talker for your team. You don't have to be the IGL to do this, you can be just any player, and it can help your team out tremendously. So the first thing that people think about when they think about communication is calling what you see. If you jump spot banana and you see a couple of players, you're going to obviously call to banana. It's pretty simple stuff. Additionally, when you're playing B and you see smokes fly out towards you, say you see a coffin smoke and a CT smoke, you can call out, okay, they're doing a standard B exec right now. There's two smokes out, especially if they molly new box. Pretty standard B exec. Whatever you guys want to call this, whatever your shorthand term is for this, I think most people say standard B exec. Call it out. This allows your rotators to come in and be more effective. If they know it's a standard B exec, they can molly water for you. That's usually a very standard counter utility, and maybe flash in front of new box for you, safely behind the smoke. Those two nades provide you with a lot of utility, especially if you're playing around the new box position. You'll flush anyone out of water, which is generally a hard fight, and that flash in front of you will allow you to peek out and hopefully kill any of those players that are moving away from the Molotov. Additionally, it's good to call what you don't see or what you don't hear. If you heard 3 or 4 players thunderfooting it up banana early in the round, you threw some good counter utility, your teammate threw a Molotov as well to help you out, but now they go silent, call that they're silent, call that they might be backing up, call just that they're not rushing anymore. This allows your A players who may have started rotating to either rotate back to their positions, or if they decided to push earlier in the round, say they jump through apartments and we're running down alt mid or something of the sort, they can now chill out a little bit. They know that they should probably start walking at this point until a rush commences. If it's silent for a long time, it's really in your best interest to let your teammates know that that is the case, especially if there was action earlier in the round at your position. Also, if you have information that there were 4 banana earlier in the round and you killed all 4 of them, but you don't know where the last one is, a great call to make is that last is unknown. The way that I think that a lot of my teams have shortened this is just last unknown, or last 2 unknown. If you don't know where they are, don't keep your teammates guessing like, oh, they're probably just banana because you guys killed them all banana earlier, so you're probably just fighting them and you're not talking, you know? Like, if you kill everyone, sometimes you're in that last fight, you're not saying anything because you're just trying to kill them or something like that. But if you don't know, call last unknown. This will allow your teammates to recognize that if they were playing A earlier in the round, they probably should just sit A and just wait, because he might have lurked apartments earlier in the round. He might have been walking a porch side, arch side, whatever it is. If you say he's last unknown, help your teammates out by telling them that you don't know where he is. The other way to communicate is very important for post plants. If you guys are in a post plant situation, a very common setup would be 1 around new box, 1 around water position, and maybe 1 banana. The banana guy is obviously going to have banana in this situation, but the water guy sometimes doesn't know what he should be looking at. A very common crossfire and first contact play is for the water guy to be looking towards CT, and for the new box guy to be jiggling towards construction. What this allows them to do is they can play off of each other. Because the new box guy knows that this guy has the CT run out, the new box guy doesn't have to worry about that. He doesn't have to ever peek on that right side, and he can just continue watching this. What this guy can do is that if he sees them come out CT, he can call that they're coming out CT. This allows the new box guy to swing on the right, and then he can just shoot them in the side of the head. Because he knew and trusted that his player had first contact on CT in that situation, he can now play off him effectively. It's not really effective to just keep watching different things. If you don't know what to watch, just say you have first contact on CT, tell your new box guy, can you watch my construction? Ask him if he can do that, and if he does, great. That's your play. That's your setup for the round, for the rest of the post plant, at least. This allows you to just have much more effective crossfires, allows you to have better post plants, little just calls about what you're holding. Even earlier in the round too can be very effective, but I'd say they're most important in post plants. The third step, or third way you can communicate, is calling what your play is. If you're playing around A earlier in the round, just for another example, and they smoke off arch side, they clearly took bracket control because they mollied out Cubby, they threw a nice pop flash for mid, whatever it is, and then they took this bracket control. It's pretty likely that they're going to be setting up for an A exec in the next 15-20 seconds. Usually bracket's not a position that a lot of players like to just settle in because you can get peeked from two angles. I mean, it's a bracket. You can get hit from the port side or the arch side. It's unlikely for players to just sit here for a long period of time. So if you're an A player, sometimes it's going to be, I mean, your intuition's going to tell you, hey, maybe I should regress porch or bracket and see what information I have. But the way you don't want to do it is just by being a silent pugger and just peeking it by yourself. What you can allow your teammates to do is help you. If you have a teammate playing pit and you say, hey, I'm going to push porch, he can either choose to go up with you, you know, still watching that area, and then you guys can walk peek together. Or if he doesn't feel like it's a good time and he just wants to help you out any way he can, you know, fall off of his angle from watching balcony and then throw a flash above porch for you. This flash will allow you to get a cleaner peek off. You still have to clear boiler pretty heavily, but you can now clear the rest of bracket pretty easily. That flash on top of the roof can allow him to swing with a little bit more confidence because this is a pretty strong angle to hold for any kind of porch play, but that flash would just absolutely annihilate anyone that's here. So calling your play out is very effective in the ways of communication. The final step is something that you're going to do a little bit more with pugs, especially on the CT side, but also if your IGL just likes to not call that much on CT side, or really any situation where you guys don't have direction, take it upon yourself to call out what your setup is, or how you want to play the round, or what your real philosophy is on the round. That can be as brief as, hey, let's just nade stack down B, and then we'll fall back to the bomb site. Perfectly acceptable call. Now you guys both know what you're doing. You're nading down B, you're going to fall back to the site. It wasn't very hard to do that. Really simple stuff. Just simple communication like that. Or do you want it to be heavier? Hey, let's double molly banana, all molly close, you molly far, and let's try to swing on banana. Another great call. Or if you think they have they're going to eco rush you or something like that, say, hey, let's just play back site. I'll play coffins, you play new box, and off of your coffins contact, or well, I'll play new box, you play coffins. Off of your contact at coffins, I'll just throw a molly out, and then we'll fight together. So this guy knows exactly what's going on. I mean, it can be as detailed or as thin as you need it to be. As long as you guys are on the same page here, that's all you need. Because so many times in games of really all skill levels, even at the competitive level, someone doesn't take it upon themselves to talk at a bomb site, and in doing so, they don't know what they're doing. It leaves one guy at the corner here by himself fighting to the death, and the other guy's just sitting here at coffins by himself, just holding a nade out, and is like, oh, what? You got hit? Oh, what? I didn't know what you were doing, you know? Like, it's pretty common. I'm just confused, because I'm not talking. No one's talking. So, your teammates aren't mind readers. Practice communicating. Really, there's a lot of ways to do this. Not sure if this is from James IRL himself, but the coach of Ghost told me a long time ago. I'm pretty sure that he used to deathmatch while singing or something like that, and saying that that would help him just continue talking while playing. If you're having trouble just calling out things, try doing that. Try to just sing along to the song that you're maybe listening to while you're deathmatching and calling out everything that's happening. If you're in a deathmatch and you're just flying around corners or anything like that, say, I'm pushing banana, just say it to yourself. I mean, you don't need to tell your teammates this when you're in a deathmatch, but you know, just talk without holding your mic key. Just say, okay, I'm peeking banana, I'm running down banana, I'm going to clear out logs, I'm going to clear out the cubby, I'm going to clear out, just try to keep talking, because when you're used to shooting and talking, you'll become a much better team player. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys learned just something, and remember, communicating isn't something anyone's just born with or they're gifted with. There's ways to improve it outside of Counter-Strike, but really, it's a skill just like anything else. It's a skill like learning your nade lineups. It's a skill like practicing your aim. It's a mechanical skill. Being able to communicate effectively, quickly, concisely is something that takes practice. No one's good at this when they first start playing. There's so much to learn about what you should be saying. So, just something for you guys to think about. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Thanks. And as always, being toxic is a choice.